Greetings survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here depositing some hot, steaming news on your doorstep once again, and now the team have mostly finished with the new desert bases and the recent seasonal stuff, it's time to take a look into what comes next, because as we all know, Rust never sleeps. But first, if you're not subscribed, you could be helping me get to 400k right now, and that would make you feel really special inside, so slap that button and join the ring-a-ding-ding club whilst you're at it. So, to begin with, one commit this week on the Nexus branch got a number of tongues reeing, and it was this one. Allow all water vehicles to transfer to different servers through the ocean, and yes, that means boogie boards and inflatable rings too. Now this is still being worked on an internal branch, so isn't live yet, but I have spoken about it before. It's certainly not a new concept. For instance, it was part of Gary's mind map for Rust from over 7 years ago. That's before a lot of players were even born. In a nutshell, the idea is to allow you to move between certain servers with an as yet to be confirmed quantity of gear and items, therefore creating a much larger experience and potentially smearing server populations over a greater area. But hark, what's that sound of reeing I hear in the distance?
Ugh, so fully geared Zerg with all blueprints will come and raid my server. Ugh, I have 14,000 hours but now I stop playing. Rust is dead. Ree!
Aw, you still looking for a brain?
Ugh, yes, I am still looking for brain.
Joking aside, if I had a pie for every time I've seen this reaction in response to the idea, well, look, I'll let the man himself tell you. By the way, it's not like you're going to be able to take a boat from Bob's 100 times server to EU1. This is something different. No, not Bob's. Obviously, if Facepunch allowed that, then it wouldn't just be a scarecrow looking for a brain. Excuse me, but did you always have a gun?
Mandela effect.
Oh. Okay. Alright, so the following has been confirmed to me, so listen very carefully. I will say this only once. Server transitioning, when it gets implemented, will only be available on official servers for the foreseeable, although possibly in the future it will be made available to the community, but that's subject to change. In addition to this, transitioning will only be allowed between predefined sets of official servers in the Nexus, and they will all have the same wipe schedule, so the playing field will still be level, just a lot larger. As for what you'll be able to take with you in the way of items, that's unknown at the moment, but really the risks will be the same. It'll just be like you're on a huge server with a continuum of islands instead of just a single one. This means if you don't like where you are, you can escape next door without having to start from scratch, because the good news is that yes, BPs will be shared between linked servers. The following is just speculation, but I reckon if it does ever get expanded to community servers, then it would be an optional thing, and server owners would be able to specify which other servers they would allow transitioning from. Now I'm sure that if you're any kind of Rust player, your little brain will be busy trying to think of exploits and ways to abuse the system. Of course it is, but remember, this is all early days and the full details are not known. How easy will travelling between servers in this way be? Will there be any costs involved? How often will you be able to do it? How much stuff will you be able to take with you? Will this be a step towards the holy grail of wipeless Rust? And will Grammar Horse ever run out of spelling errors?
I sincerely hope not.
What I'm trying to say is don't jump to too many conclusions, but rather stay tuned so I can force feed you tasty facts when they become available. I still want to know what you're thinking though, so please leave me a comment below and I'll take a look at it. Yo. In other news, a couple of fixes were made, namely for horse corpses not being lootable and a case where inserting a loaded weapon into an auto turret would sometimes lose the ammo already loaded into it. Rockety McRocketface is receiving some tweaks on a branch called MLRS updates, and these include a number of improvements to the UI and some changes to the accuracy and spread of the rockets when they hit. Over on the Orcs branch on staging, first-person Spectate is being introduced, which will be a big bonus for content creators and admins alike. It's not quite there yet and needs a bit more work until it properly replicates what the player you're spectating sees, but hopefully will be done in time for next month's patch. Work to fill in the blanks on Rust's missing world models continues with this week apples, potatoes and cactus flesh being on the menu, along with an updated version of the generic burlap sack. There's some more progress on the Happis Island conversion, but still no endpoint in sight yet, and as mentioned last week, a snowmobile is in the works, which seems like like a rather specific mode of transport. Is this another seasonal thing, like the sledge? Assuming you'll only be able to use it on snow. Perhaps there could be some cold biome-only islands that you'll need to use it on. Nah, it's probably just a seasonal thing. I've got a new Rust video coming out this weekend. Should be fun to watch, so keep an eye out. Leave a like or a dislike, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Face Meta, Discord, and my Steam group to know what I'm up to. Buy my merch and support me on Patreon. The link's below. I shall catch you all soon, of course, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. This video is powered by AWDIT's producer range of workstation PCs, available now at awdit.co.uk.
Ree!